the Valor Racing League on YouTube. My name is Slugger, and today is the final race of Speedway Collective National Series Season 4, and we're at the Homestead-Miami Speedway for the Double G 150 at home. So like I said before, I'm alongside Dylan Penninger and Big D. It's final race this season. We went through 19 other races to get to race 20. Lots happened this season. What do you think we'll see at Homestead?
I mean, we're going to see the same cars out front that we've seen the entire season. I mean, the Champ 4 are the Champ 4 for a reason, and it's going to be same old, honestly.
You mentioned same old, and that's kind of been the story all season. In our round of 8 storylines, we mentioned how the season's gone up until the round of 8, the past 2 races we've done, which was Phoenix and Talladega. Coach Matt and that Montgomery Motorsports team dominated the first 10 races of the season, and then the Here to Win Esports team and KD, net number 5, who is on your screen right now, have dominated the second half of the season. So and the reason the 5 is on your screen is he's your pole sitter once again. KD with a 31.727 will sit on pole tonight, and we will be on lock on those Championship 4 drivers here tonight. And when we get in the lobby and we go to that starting order, we'll be sure to show you guys where those 4 start. 12 cars in the field tonight, the lowest we've had all season in the series, which our max was 24. So a little wide spectrum of cars showing up this season, but last race this season, Championship 4, a lot of guys have faded out a little bit. So nonetheless, 12 cars should be a fantastic race. Nonetheless, the Homestead-Miami Speedway, a lot of guys like it. Some don't like it very much at all. What do you think we'll see today here? What will the Homestead-Miami Speedway bring to us tonight?
Well, it's a lot of one-line racing, a little bit. I mean, you don't want to run the very bottom because it's slick. You kind of want to run a lane up, half a lane up. You can put your left sides on the slick to kind of help the car rotate. And you can kind of run the top if you can kind of get it going. With it being on lowest track, you can probably rip around the top a little bit in like the middle groove. But other than that, it's going to be mainly bottom feeding.
Yeah, maybe we'll see some guys on the top here tonight. It's a little bit tricky, as you said. The top, people want to run it, and I know when I run at this track, Homestead-Miami Speedway, I do love to run the top, but time-wise and speed-wise, it is not the best way to go. Usually, like you said, you want to run that middle lane, maybe just a lane above the bottom, and that's where you'll find your most speed tonight. Lobby,
yeah, for sure. It's going to be bottom.
The lobby is getting made so far, so we will make sure we will get to join. But before we load in, we also have to thank our sponsors and our affiliations that have stuck with us all season. Speedway Collective and their fantasy racing group been our sponsor for 2 seasons now. Make sure to check them out on Twitter at SC Fantasy Racing, and we want to thank them for another season of great partnership. Also want to thank everybody at Pocono Raceway for our affiliation with the Valor Racing League and allowing them to have their name on our Cup Series. Make sure to check them out on Twitter at Pocono Raceway. And our newest of sponsor, Double G Construction Roofing, sponsoring the top of the race and sponsoring the VRL playoffs. Make sure to go check them out at Lance T. Griggs on Twitter. He is the contact you want to get for all of that information. And with that, we're going to load into the lobby. Apologies for the blue screen. And once we load in, we will go ahead and go over our starting order for the Double G 150. Looks like we also missed Caleb Hunt. Will be starting 13th in the field. We did not have him on the order, but 13th place Caleb Hunt, race winner at Darlington, will be starting 13th tonight.
So it looks like the Champ 4 are all starting within the top 6. So.
Yep, looks like they're almost all bundled up. As of course, three of the Championship 4 are Here to Win Esports cars. You had KD, who had put on a heck of a performance in the back half of the season, Jason, who won at Phoenix, and Bertzer, who won at Talladega. But with that starting over for tonight, KD sits on pole as we sit at number 5 car. Teammate to his outside, that's Jason. He's the Championship 4 contender. Starts second. Cyber K Bionic, the best of the non-championship contenders, starts third, with Burster, a championship contender, on his outside in 4th. Brennan, the number 19, starts 5th, and then our final championship contender, Coach Matt, will start 6th. Starting 7th, the 90 of MJO, and starting 8th, playoff hopeful Koala, who had a great run in the playoffs. He starts 8th. I don't believe we're going green yet. No, we got another lap here. We sit 8th Koala. The rest of the field, we have 9th place Joker Smoker, 10th place Easy Eve. 11th place, you have Lee's Expert Sniper with 12th place, actually Caleb Hunt. Will start 12th tonight. Rounding out the field 13th, number 92 of Jocko in that bright blue and yellow Chevrolet Camaro.
Yeah, you can't really miss that car tonight.
No, you cannot. And with that, D, I always got to make your picks. A lot of fast guys here for the championship. Who do you think gets it done tonight?
Honestly, I don't even know. I think if KD can get out front, they'll stay out front. But I think Jason has shown a lot of long run pace the last couple of weeks. So I expect him to may not pull out the lead, but I think it's gonna be Jason that wins.
You got Jason for the win. I mean, I like to see a good old Chevrolet win. I like to see Coach Matt get it done, but I think Katie's going to be tough to beat, to be honest. I think Katie gets it done.
Very solid choice.
And with that, we're underway for the championship race in the Speedway Club of the National Series at Homestead. Katie gets off to a one-car lead over Jason. Sauber Cabrionic gives him a well of a shove into turn one, and Katie clears the second-place car of Jason. He leads out coming in turn two.
Oh, we got Brennan down. He got set under the inside wall.
19 and Brennan. See if we can get it on board what happened there. We do have the Brennan on board tonight. Make sure to check him out on YouTube at The Brennanator for all of our onboard needs and running order needs. See if we can get a good old replay on what happened there with Brennan. He's running P6 and he just gets loose, D. Just gets loose off of turn two. Got in that very low line and just sent him down to the apron.
Like I said, it's very easy to do. Like butter down there.
Sorry about that.
There's a few cars getting loose down there. Sorry about that.
You're good, you're good. Already into coming into lap 5 in stage 1. 22 laps total in the stage with our pace laps. Only 20 laps these drivers will actually run. As you see, KD, we're all on board with them right now, runs very low and it arcs it a little bit. Enters or exits very high off of turn 4 and even enters quite high going into turn 1.
Yeah, his line, it looks like he's burning his right front. It looks like he's entering really low, barely coasting the car and letting it roll. Then he gets back in it really quick. You see him almost get the wall and exit up every corner. So that might be something to look at. I think he's going to burn his right front up.
As we see here, the Here to Win esports cars owned by Mike RPM. Right now running 1, 2, 3, all championship drivers. And KD, he's being hawked down by the 99 of Jason. And if Jason can get it done, this would be I wouldn't say an upset story, but if we could pull the odds out, if we had a good old VRL betting system, I believe Jason probably had the highest odds to win this, or the lowest odds, excuse me, to win this race. His first win of the season just came at Phoenix. Last week at Phoenix was his first win of the series, even though being very consistent all season. And he's now running second for the championship race very early on. He's been having a very quick pace. And as you remember, the lowest draft is the setting for the race. So if you're able to pull away and keep out in front, you have a very fast race car.
Absolutely. You can see 1, 2, 3 kind of separating themselves a little bit from the rest of the pack. And with lowest draft being on, you can tell that they have very fast race cars.
One thing we noted, guys, on our VRL Twitter at @team_VRL, we did have a poll up. It should still be going on, I believe, for the race, and you guys hopefully voted who you thought was going to claim the championship here tonight. We'll be going over that poll at the beginning of stage 3, so we'll see what you guys voted, what you guys thought who would get the dub tonight. But if you voted any of the Here to Win esports cards, you have a great shot of getting that done because it's KD and Jason pulling out 1, 2. And if we look back to the mid-pack here, if you want to call it this, it's 3rd, 4th, 5th. It's Bertster, playoff, who is a championship driver. Coach went behind him in 4th, who started 6th place. Great move for him. He's championship driver. In 5th place, Koala, who has shined in the playoffs here in that number 54 machine. He rides P5.
You can see Matt trying to go up there and try to run that very high line. He gets an okay run off the corner, but I don't think overall that's going to be where you want to be.
You see on board with Koala here. Great on board here. You see Koala enters about half a lane lower than Matt. Well, Matt also exits half a lane higher than Koala, as Koala, never mind, jumps. Oh, Koala. A little bit of a loose race car already. Not what you want here at Homestead. But you're right. You have Coach Matt. He's running a little higher than I believe anybody out of the playoff drivers. So we'll see. Maybe it's a conserving tire method. Maybe he's conserving that right front a little more than his opposing drivers in the top three. So, I mean, like I said, we'll see what happens. It's very early in the race. Anything could happen. You know the old saying, D, in real life NASCAR, you don't want to be fast early on. And so maybe that's Coach Matt's method.
Yeah, I mean, he might be battling something that he could fix some pit stops. So, I mean, it's a decently long race here. You can see as it gets spread out, you kind of run by yourself. You can put some good lap times down. Oh, and KD just lagged out of the race.
No, he did not.
He just did.
Wow.
I was on a. So your leader right now is Jason.
The 5 of KD with an internet disconnect. And I think they're too far in to back out.
No, they're too far in.
Wow, so big championship.
If it was within the first 5 laps, I would say restart.
Yeah, that's usually how we do here. First 5, it's usually a quick back out, but wow, that is very unfortunate. Already 10 laps to go in stage 1, and I'm shocked. The best driver when it mattered in the second half of the season, KD, who has won many of races, has done a very good job in putting himself in position to go for a championship. An internet disconnect with 11 to go in stage 1, and now it's up to 3.
Yep, 99, the 66, and the 9.
And with this, that puts Kilt like Jason, the underdog for the championship, in the catbird seat. He is right now sitting in the lead with a great advantage over Birdster and Coach Matt. So we'll see what happens here as we go throughout the race.
Yeah, but good thing about the final race of the season, Championship 4, that points don't matter. So it doesn't matter where you finish these first 2 stages.
That's
all
correct.
about the last one.
That's correct. And that Rich Marl Flores number 99 is looking quite quick now. So, I mean, like I said, I think he was everybody's least favorite to pick just because of his season. He's had the least amount of wins out of the group, and but he's shown out these past 3 races, kind of like a Chase Elliott method, if you will. Chase's 2020 season, he was very good nonetheless in the 2020 season. But when it came to playoff and crunch time at Martinsville, Phoenix, he shined out, and that could be what Jason's doing.
Yeah, I mean, he had no wins. Is there a caution? Is that the stage?
It should be a yellow because we still had about 5 to go in stage.
I'm not seeing. Ease. No, he's way in the back. Maybe something happened in the back. I don't know.
I'm on the Brennan onboard. Trying to see what happened here.
No, Brennan was back there still because of this lap 1.
If anything happened, it was the guys in the very back. So it looks like contact between 89 and the 51 will bring out our first yellow of the night here in stage
they're way
1.
off the pace. Yeah. Oh.
And Brennan, remember, he had his lap 1 or his lap 2, or I guess lap 3 that would be. Excuse me. His lap 3 spin crawls away from 13th to 10th through those laps where he was able to rebound. So that night seems to be fast. And one driver also has a fast race car. Caleb Hunt was in the 5th position right before that caution came out. Looks like he got passed by a few. But Caleb Hunt, who started 12th up to 5th, just in halfway through stage 1.
And we are back green here. Let's see if Birdster can keep it close.
Yep. The championship 3 now, as Katie did have a disconnect, are now 1, 2, 3 with... If I'm Coach Matt, I'm making as many aggressive moves as I can on these restarts because he knows we just showed there his short run speed is not that great. It was one car already down to the apron. Easy E tries to save it. He does. Nice save by Easy. And we've already have a battle for the lead. 66 on the inside, 99 on the outside.
Inside's where you want to be, but you can make the outside work here early with the tires.
Oh, Jason gets a little loose. They both get a little loose in the respective lanes. Jason does clear. Move 99 into the lead. Burster second. Coach Matt very close third. This is how it's going to look all night, ladies and gentlemen. These 3 will be bumper to bumper, very close for the majority of the race, as we already have 4 laps to go in stage 1. But remember, stage points do not matter for the championship 4. It all comes down to the finishing order in stage 3.
Nah, it's basically just keeping track position for stage 3. That's really all it is. Stay up front. You don't want to get back in the back because it's really hard to pass, especially with lowest draft.
3 to go in stage 1. Jason's starting to get a little bit of a gap, maybe running about half a tenth, maybe even a quarter of a tenth faster than his teammate 66 a lap. And that's really what he needs for this short run. As Coach Matt, as we said, his short run car does not seem to be the best out of these Championship 3, and he's already losing valuable time to the front two.
Yeah, it looks like Jason has the best shorter run car, and I think it's just good enough to keep everyone behind him. But we haven't really seen a really long run yet, which there's not going to be too many of them. I think maybe Stage 3 will have your longest run, because you probably just cut the stage in half for pit and just pit. So, honestly, if Jason can keep his nose out front, I think he's got it.
Oh, Coach Matt very high in turn 2, maybe some contact with the 54.
They've been battling each other.
The 954 going out of here. And one thing we had to note, the joke throughout the virtual garages here, is that the Here to Win team, they've a few drivers on that team they've ripped up. That's their driving style for a few drivers, a little bit Rubbins racing, I think as good as YGD. And so a lot of the guys in the field want the 9 to win, just so it's not a Here to Win esports championship. So we'll see how the rest of the field races the 9 versus the 66 and 99. But already 1 to go in stage 1, and it's Jason with about a 0.2 of a second gap over the 66 of Bertster. And I believe he's going to lock it up here as we go into turn 3.
Yeah, they definitely have, driving styles that are a little more aggressive, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's kind of hard to deny they have the pace. That's why they're in the Championship 4, so.
And that's why they're 1-2 for Stage 1. Jason, Stage 1 victor. Berster will finish second. Coach Matt third. Your championship, the remainder of your Championship 4 in the race, 1-2-3. Appears that Koala, P4, very impressive run for him so far. MJO, start from the back. He is P5 now. Caleb Punt 6th. Cyber Bionic a quiet 7th. Jocko 8th. Joker Smoker 9th. Expert Sniper 10th. With Brandon 11th. Easy 12th. Them two not earning stage points tonight.
Yeah, let me know how many laps there are on this next stage on Brennan's stream. When they agree.
Obviously, it appeared that Coach Matt was starting to catch 66 in the long run. I could have been wrong there for that the little run we had to begin stage 1. It appeared that 9 was catching the 66. So,
yeah, I could tell the 99 and the 5 are kind of stretching it out.
And here we go. Back underway, and once again, Jason leading him to green. Berster second. Koala passed Coach Matt in the pits. They'll run P3. Coach Matt fourth. Caleb Hunt, who started 12th, back up to P5.
Yeah, let's see if Matt can get around the 54 and see what maybe in the 54 could split the two championship drivers, so you never know.
Well, here comes Koala looking to the inside of Bertster. He's had a great run in the playoffs and a fantastic run at Vegas. He had their 2 stops. Oh, Koala pushes up into the 66. He keeps out of the wall. Great drive by Berster. It appears that Koala will drop down to give him back the spot. And they're racing very hard here as Coach Matt MJO on the outside pushing through. And that's Jocko on the inside. They're 3 wide for the 5th position.
Yeah, the 54 was there. He could have lifted, but the 66 pinched him down there. He I think what happened was I think the 54 got pinched down to the apron and made him pop back up. I think that was the issue there.
Yeah, kind of
fault on both parts.
Both fight for the same real estate. See him there.
Yeah, because these guys that aren't in the Champ 4, they don't have to just let you go. I mean, this is another race for them. Like they don't care.
Right.
Like,
Koala, he's had a very impressive rookie season here, almost making the Championship 4 while missing the first race at Auto Club. So, he wants to finish good and possibly get his first win of the season or extend his streak of great finishes in that number 54 machine. So. Guys like Koala, guys like MJO, who'll be MJO's sake and Jocko's 92 his sake, they'll be running the Cup race tomorrow. So guys like that, they might be running it a little bit harder to get some practice for them.
Yep. How many laps are in the stage?
Let's just in a quick second once he crosses that line. As Jason leads, Berster second, Coach Matt third, Koala fourth, MJO fifth. As we right now have 16 to go in stage 2. I believe they're on lap 3, maybe 19 laps, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 19. They're probably, like 50 laps or so in stage 3? 40 laps?
Should be around that.
Yeah, definitely more than a tank of gas, so they'll probably just cut it in half. Or, you could get fancy with it. If your left sides don't burn up, come in, just take right sides, and see if your car can hang on. But I don't know. Tires mean so much here.
One thing I have to note here, you said tires. Koala is driving the tires off that thing. He, remember, got in the wall, fell back to the 7th position, already back to the bumper. The 9, looking to pass the 9 is Koala. A great race car under that machine for the 54. Maybe he might be contending with Jason here. Maybe try to split these championship guys.
Yeah, he's wheeling it right now.
On board the 54, the Twix machine. Here pouncing on the 9 and 66 as well. These three battle. Jason has about a 5/10 of a second lead over these three drivers. You see Burtzer. Wow, I don't think Burtzer. Oh!
Burtzer just lagged out.
We have another disconnect from 66 of Burtzer.
Oh my gracious. That is 2 of the 4 championship drivers have lagged out of this race. So the race is Jason's to lose now.
Yeah. I mean, wow, I'm shocked.
Yeah, I saw him dive into the corner and then go up the track, and then his car, like, wiggled back and forth, and then it was gone.
Some lobby issues already tonight for the Hero One Esports too, as you see on pit road already. 13th place finisher is the 5 of KD, and your 12th place finisher, unfortunately, the 66 of Birdster. So their fates have already been decided for. They'll finish in the championship 4th and 3rd, respectively, for the 2. And with that, it's Jason and Coach Matt, which, if you go back to, we'll go with our vote when Stage 2 ends. I believe the 2 guys who got the most votes are already out. So,
yeah.
I mean, this is a shocker. I don't think we've had this many disconnects in a race this consistently all season. And the championship race, the 2 that have lagged out are our 2 championship contenders.
I guess the question is now, do the 19 and the 54, they push the 9 up there?
I mean, so I think you know as much as you will, the 54 and the 19 are, they're good friends with the 9 of Coach Matt, so I do believe so, but the only thing, it seems the 54 is faster than the 9, so...
the 54 is definitely showing his displeasure by being behind those 2.
I mean, so if you're Koala, do you want... Would it be best if Koala led this group and maybe pulled Coach Matt, got the little bit of draft that he could have, get him to the 99? Or because it seems in the short runs that the 99 is a lot faster than the 9. That's obvious, as you see with the gap now to about 0.8 of a second here. Actually, excuse that. 1.1 seconds is the lead that Jason has over second place Coach Matt right now. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of things you could do. Jason, I will say, if Jason can pull this off, it'll be a great underdog story, as his truck championship last season was the dominant truck all season long, and Jocko, the underdog for that championship, got it done for last season's Speedway Collective Truck Series championship. So, I mean, it'd be bittersweet if he can, kind of flip the switch, pull the underdog story here for his national title and get that done. It'll be fantastic to see. It's all Jason right now, though. He's led nearly every lap since the 5's lag out.
Yeah, the biggest issue for the 9, from what I'm seeing, is his line. He's entering way too shallow, and he's getting back to the gas way too fast. He's burning his stuff up and running slower. I mean, if he can clean that up a little bit, he might have a chance, but...
More than now. Yeah, he gets into that bottom lane. What you want to do here...
Yeah, he enters way too low in 3.
And as you see right there, you could hear his car bog down because he was so low, so slow, and he entered caught the corner a little bit too high. What you want to do is you want to wait a little bit till you turn in. So right here, that's...
You got a late apex 3 and 4.
Yes.
And 1 and 2 is you want to run that normal. But 3 and 4, you got to enter in a little bit later, drive it into the corner a little bit, let it roll the center, and then get back into it and let it drive up to the wall.
Looks like Niners got the apron there, and here comes the 54 of Koala to the inside.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much the 19 got loose.
54 and 99 bids our teammates for the Diesel Esports team. 54, he will clear the 9, not yet. Koala looking to clear him. Brandon Lauer to the inside of Coach Matt now, and Jocko in the night 2 looking to get up there. And, yep, Koala will clear. Brandon will not. Battle for second is about the best it's been all night. Brandon does have the inside advantage here. Coach Matt on the outside quarter panel. Now the 19's clear if he can move up. And...
Ooh, 54 got tight.
Oh, Koala gets loose.
Oh, he came down and chopped the nose of the 19.
Yeah, Brandon does. Unfortunate for Brandon. He's now That's 2 times he's seen the inside wall for the first 2 stages. So Brennan, he'll have to drive back up in front again, but it's Koala second, Coach Matt now third. Jocko's on back up here, he's fourth. And as we go back to that second pack of cars, as you see, that is fifth place MJO, sixth place is Brennan, seventh place that third DC Sports car, Joker Smoker, who's been quiet all season, but running very good here in P7. Looking for a good night, and these two looking to pass the 90 of MJF.
It looks like the 9's learned a few things from watching the 50, been behind the 54, because his lines looked better the past couple of laps.
We got a battle up
here.
here.
I think the 9's car is just too tight.
That could be a problem. And one thing that I'm wondering here, the 39 of Cyber Bionic, he's usually very quick. He's been very strong this season. He right now rides in what I believe is the 8th position, number 39 car of Cyber. Anything on anywhere in the 39? Just conservative stuff, or what's because he's usually quite quicker.
This might just not be his track. No, he runs for my team. I gave him a few pointers, but it looks like, I don't know. It looks like he's driving the car in too deep, overdriving the car. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, he might have just lost the. He might not have practiced too much. I mean, he might have just lost the motivation with it being him not being in the Champ 4, which is completely understandable. So that could be it too.
Right.
But you never know.
We'll keep an update on him on Cyber. Usually he's I remember he was very strong throughout the playoffs. Unfortunately, just barely missed the Championship 4 here, making it in a very impressive season where he saw his first win at Richmond, which come up this week in real life NASCAR. So I'm sure he'll be watching that race very closely. As we go back up front, coming to 2 laps to go here for stage number 2, and you see the gap that the 99 has, and it's pure domination on Jason's part. If he isn't caught up in a wreck, or if he doesn't lag out, fingers hold that down for a third here to win the sports car. But looks like he may be claiming a championship here tonight if he can just keep his car clean, as we now have 2 to go in stage 2.
Yeah, with the 54 doing all the battling he's done, he really isn't too far back from the 99.
Right.
Since the 54 will have clean air to some extent after this stage break, he might have something for the 99 and bring the 9 closer to him. So, I mean, I don't know. Anything can happen.
I love to see what Qual can do there. As we have 1 to go here in stage 2, it's all kill it like Jason, putting on a clinic. Now that his 2 teammates, KD and Burster, have lagged out of the event, it's Jason. It's Jason's race to lose. It really is. The championship chair, Coach Matt, right now rides P3. Looks like he just didn't have the stuff for Jason. But like I said, some strategy could come into play for stage number 3. We'll see what happens. Coach Matt always very good strategy. But the only thing is, Jason, who will win stage 2 as he crosses the start-finish line to claim the stage 2 victory. We'll note this once stage 3 begins, but your stage 3 finishing order goes like this. You have Jason in first, Koala, very impressive second, Coach Matt third, Jocko P4, Brendan fought his way back to fifth, MJO sixth, Joker Smoker, he gets seventh, Cyber Bionic eighth, Caleb Punt ninth, Easy E P10. What I was about to mention is we've seen all season D, and even in the Cup Series, if strategy is even a long shot to do, the 99 is always the first person to do it. He's always goes for strategy, always fuel strategy, tire strategy. So even if strategy comes into play, I do believe he has a 9 covered in that as well.
Yeah, and I don't really think it's going to. I mean, if he tested the splash of fuel with 2 right sides, maybe, but I just don't think the tires will hold up. I don't know if the 7 seconds that you'll save on pit stops, I don't know. You never know. I don't know.
And during pit stops there, the 9 of Coach Matt got ahead of the 54, so Matt will start second, Koala third. As we are already back on the way for stage 3, and Coach Matt trying to side draft, he's going to get now down below and behind the 99. Let's see what Coach Matt can do. He's going to need to do something here. Needs to try to at least get ahead. With that, Coach Koala gets shuffled back a little bit in number 54.
Oh, he tapped the apron a little bit.
And Jason will get out to about a 2-car length lead already. And
looks like Jason's car just goes off the edges of the corner. I don't know if Matt's gear is just a little bogged or I don't know.
As we see, it looks like Jason. That might be a thing. Jason is now his exhaust corner is just very good compared to the none of Matt, and really compared to the rest of the field. So Jason might have this race figured out here as we have 52 laps to go. I don't believe strategy would come into play if that's the case, D. Could you...
No. I think what you do is cut it in half, fill up with fuel, put 4 tires on it, and go to the end. I think that's what you do there.
Wait, what do you get on a tank?
26. I actually don't know. I think you get like 27.
How long was
I think
stage
20,
2?
26, 27 in Cup. I'm not sure about Xfinity though. This might be a little bit lower, so you might have to save a little bit. I don't know.
Well, that's right, because Brennan, his fuel light came on, which means he had 2 laps of gas left when that stage ended, when stage 2 ended there. And I don't believe they had a yellow in stage 2. And stage 2 was 19 laps.
So you get about 21 max. So you have to save 2 laps per run. Is that right?
We still got 50 to go, so I think you gotta. Well, if that's the case, so you pit about 21. So when you pit, if this goes green, you'll have about 30 to go. So you can go 4 tires and then 4 tires again, or go 4 and 2. Either way, strategy could come into play. It looks like it might just be a 4-4 for everybody, but if that's the case and no caution comes out, that's what Jason wants to see.
If no caution comes out, I think you gotta save. You just gotta save because I don't think that extra pit stop is gonna absolutely kill you.
Yes. With the pit exit rule, you gotta go around the apron. So pit exit's gonna take a while to get around for everybody. So we'll see what happens though.
And it doesn't look like anybody is saving in the front half of the field.
No, the 19 is full go. In 5th place, number 19 of Brennan is full send, if you will, trying to catch everybody. But right now, the best battle on track, battle for 3rd, Jocko, who started 13th, up to 3rd now. Koala, who's been very impressive tonight. Right now in 4th, he does get passed by the 92 of Jocko, and Jocko might have some stuff to pass the 9, maybe chase down the 99. Because he got on the 54 there very quickly.
Yeah, maybe the 9 was listening to us because his line looks a lot better now. So, or he made some adjustments that fits his car better. So he's getting into the corner better, and he's not overdriving the car. It looks like, at least as of now. So Jason's not really pulling him.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
54 got loose off turn 2. Thought he was going to go to the inside wall. Koala maybe loosened his car up a little too much. He's back to 5th. But with that, like I said, Jocko, he has went through the field. He passed Koala, who was faster than Coach Matt there in stage 2. Stayed ahead of him and cleared him. So we'll see if Jocko maybe has anything for Jason. Maybe pull an upset here. Maybe go battle the 99. But right now, as it's been since his teammates have lagged out, it's been all Jason with Coach Matt riding behind.
Yeah, I can't tell. Is Matt gaining or losing? Oh, he looks like the exact same the past 3 laps. It's hard to tell.
Staying even.
I mean, Matt kind of has a train of cars behind him, a little bit of draft, so that might be helping him.
Right.
Which, I mean, that's the best way to catch up is just get in a line and run down the leader to help everyone. That's helping the 9, the 92, the 19, and the 54. So. But the 9 is catching a little bit, slowly but surely.
He has 2 cars behind him. The yellow cars, the 92, 19. Looks like Koala is also trying to get up there and help him. But with this, there are 2 cars very far off the pace. 89 of Sniper and the 51, of ECE. Do you think these 2 guys are saving fuel? Because their RPMs are quite low in the machines.
Yeah, they probably have a fuel save gear in there that's really low, and they're probably just putt-putting around till they have it saved. They might, if it stays green, they might come out of nowhere. You never know.
I believe you'll have to sit to make it. We get 52, so it's around. So they need to go 26 per run. I believe you get 20 or 21 to a tank. So you got to save about 4 laps.
You got to save 4 laps per run.
I mean, it's possible. That's a lot. That is a lot of gas. But
it's a lot of gas here too, because you're not off throttle like at all.
Right.
You're lifting in the corner, you're rolling for a second, and then you're back in it. It's especially these Xfinity cars. You're not out of the throttle very much.
1992.
So you have to.
Oh, sorry about
that. So basically, if you had to be saving from this wave of the green flag for this stage, and no one in the top, 8 or 9, 10
I'd say
saving.
top 10.
Yeah, no one in the top 10 saving. So I'm excited to see how this works out because I don't think anyone's going to make it unless I pit twice in this stage, which I don't know. Because the 99's not saving. He's not a fuel saving.
No, not at all. And as you watch there was a 4-car train trying to catch the 99, but the 19 and 92, they got side by side. And that's disconnected this pack, and Jason has pulled away 2/10 since then. So it looks like if they want to try to catch that 99, they need to get back single file and train up, as we all say, to try to catch him, because right now it's all Jason. Looks like this may be his championship.
Yeah, because as that 4 kind of disconnected, the 99 pulled away a little bit. Because it looks like the 9 gets into the corner better than the 99, but the 99 just has really great... He lifts a little bit earlier, but he gets a really good exit, which is what's killing the 9 in that pack.
Right.
Which is exactly how I drive the track too, so he's doing it perfect.
So Matt, there's a little bit of higher exit there, make it hard for these guys to keep up, but looks like Brennan looking to the inside maybe. Nope.
No, the 54 got a little aggressive there with the 92 at the track.
Yeah,
Kind of a dive bomb there. Wasn't much room there, but sent it.
Battle for fourth now, Jocko in the 92, 54 Koala. 54 is an aggressive driver. I think he'll tell you that as well. As they make more contact, Jocko not happy with the 54, as he's kind of like, yo, we're trying to catch the leader. Trying to single file. But they're still battling, still side by side for that fourth position as they battle. Caleb Hunt in 13. He's trying to pounce his way up there. He's now up to 5th and trying to catch these guys. As Jocko slides up high to clear him, Koala run off the top side. He'll go back to his inside for your 4th.
Koala's in the perfect car to be an aggressive driver, so
yeah,
that 54 is Kyle Busch's Xfinity ride. So
as you can tell, as that pack got more disconnected, the 99 has just pulled away of Jason. So looks like I don't think with this less room he's got here. It was 54 gets the apron, tries to keep out the 92. He does. But I think this is just Jason's race. Honestly, I just don't think anybody else has pace with him.
Yeah, it's like I predicted. He may not have the really, really quick short run pace, but he's got good long run pace, which is what he's shown the bulk of the end of the season. So he's kind of changed his lineup a little bit. He kind of stays right in the middle, so he might lose a little bit of time middle to entry of the corner, but he gets a really good exit. That's what's keeping him up front. He's doing what he's got to do. It's smooth.
We mentioned the poll tonight on our Twitter at @team_VRL. And to go over and double check that poll, go ahead and just double check this. 21 votes on the poll, and with 21 votes, Coach Matt had a 48% vote here. The night of Coach Matt, 48% of the votes for Coach Matt. Second was KD with 24% of the votes. 19% was 66 Bertster, and only 9% of the votes was Jason, and number 99. So, as I said, the lowest amount, the least likely to win the championship by the odds right now is putting on a clinic with everybody else, with his 2 teammates disconnecting.
Well, I guess I just knew something everybody else didn't, or people just lagged out. That looks like the 19 got around the 9. The 9's falling off.
Yep, 19 and Brennan, as we saw, he got shoveled to the back very early with a lap 3 incident, fell back to 12th, and he is already back up to 2nd. So Brennan, very impressive ride he's got going on, but Coach Matt, unfortunately, back to P3. And as we know, that's how the championship goes. You pretty much need a win to win the championship, and that's what Jason's doing. Unfortunately, Coach Matt just don't believe he has it today.
Yeah, that's what kind of scares me for tomorrow night, because there is a very slim chance I beat either Cola or Max Boost. So,
right.
Let's hope for some more lagouts. Just kidding. But it looks like the 9. He just looks really, really tight in the entry of the corner. He just can't get his car settled. He's all over the place right now.
Yeah, it's a sick feeling. It really is when you don't think you're not as fast as the leader. Especially a situation like this, you start trying things, see what's working, and then most of the time, it honestly just makes you worse doing that. So he's trying everything he can. He wants to win the championship really bad. Very dominating in the first half of the season for Coach Matt in that number 9 team. It's a sick feeling, as I said.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to throw the kitchen sink at it here, the second run of this last stage here, to see if he can do anything but he's got a lot of ground to make up, and the 99 has shown that he has plenty of pace. The 19's pulling away from the 9. 19 has shown... The 19 could have such a different season if he got wrecked out of many races.
Yeah, Brandon's always known as the most conservative driver in the series. Kind of let you go, hey, you can have this, even though he might be a lot faster than the guys he's letting go. Just wants to make sure everything's clean and green. So, very fast cars at a lot of tracks, very consistent driver Brandon's been. And with the round of 8 appearance from that number 19 team, he's right now ride second and having a great race so far.
I mean, I'm excited to see if his car's got pace, and Jason's not really pulling from him. Looks like the 19's actually kind of catching him. So I don't know. Let's see if the 19 can do something here. But he's got some good pace in the car.
One thing about Brandon, and just that here to win, or that Diesel Esports team in general, very good in the long run. So if this race continue to go green, Brandon might be one of the favorites.
Yeah, there is a direct correlation between their team owner and long run pace. So that makes sense. I mean, is that Caleb Hunt right there in 6th? That's 6th? Right behind that pack right there?
Yes, it was Jocko 3rd, Koala 4th, Coach Matt has now slipped back to 5th. And that's Caleb Hunt catching these guys in 6th, and I believe that's 7th place. I want to say that's MJO, excuse me, MJO in 7th place. So we've got a great pack of cars going here for the 3rd position. As great battle already, Koala and Jocko.
Yeah, it looks like Koala must have made an adjustment that just did not work for his car.
Now he's starting to get back. Yeah, right. Yep.
Yeah, because his long run pace was better at the end of stage 2. He managed to go back on it.
Still battling. Jocko has the middle/outside line of this battle. Koala over a slide job, if you will, moves up in front of the 92. He does clear him and move the 54 to 3rd. Jocko back to 4th. And now we have a battle for 5th. Caleb Hunt and Coach Matt. And Caleb Hunt clears him.
Caleb Hunt, another here to win sports car out there. He's showing out.
The 54 gets the apron there. Checks up the 92. Here comes the 13 looking to the outside. And Caleb Hunt, a fantastic run. Now he's up to 3rd. What a pass by Caleb Hunt from 6th to 3rd in just 2 laps.
That was very nice. We have a caution? Oh, no, 99's pitting.
99 Jason, he will short pit here. He does pit. I believe he entered very conservatively.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, I'd rather him be conservative than absolutely blow it with a pit road speeding penalty.
Correct.
I mean, you can lose a whole lot more time than you can gain on pit road.
And with this, in 54, he signals to pit. 13 signals to pit. Almost make contact. 19, who is your leader? Brennan will lead a lap here. He will signal to pit as well. 9 car will stay out.
When Brennan crosses the start finish line again, tell me how many laps are. Alright, let's 99 follow pit exit.
Yeah, remember these guys do have to run the access road to finish.
99, 92 didn't. Neither of them took the access road.
They did not take the access road.
They did not. They were told to pre-race.
Make sure anybody else does, because that was a rule we had placed. This could be.
I know Brennan will.
This actually could be a playoff implication here, because this was a rule made.
Brennan is taking the access road.
There goes Brennan. Koala does. Caleb Hunt.
So everyone's taking it, but the 99 and the 92.
Wow. Okay. So there might be some championship implications because that was a rule made to the drivers.
That was stated in the pre-race meeting.
And there's a time advantage for the drivers, so we'll have to go to the rule books here. Go to the.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah.
As I believe Jason leads at the moment.
He does.
So guys, it's a little troubling when the league admins also have to kind of run the rules. You see Coach Matt does take the access road, so we may be giving out some penalties, unfortunately.
I mean, I hate for it to go this way, but they were clearly and specifically told to not run the banking in 1 and 2 on pit exit.
As it looks like everybody has pit, Jason does recapture the lead.
Yeah, everyone took the access road, other than 99 and 92.
If this does stand, if I'm not mistaken, the procedure is a stop and go penalty for not following the access road. So this could be major. Waiting on a third ruling here, so we only have 20 to go.
Yeah, stop and go, and you cannot stop for a pit stop and anything either. It's just a stop and go. You can't do anything to your car, take advantage. 19's there. He's running the 99 down.
Yeah, Brent has a very fast car.
With 1 lap fresher tires. The 99, oh, he's in fuel safe mode. Major fuel safe mode.
Yep.
He has to save a lot of gas.
Because now he's picked it up a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on with the 99, if I'm being honest. I just don't see how this is going to work out, though.
I don't know. He's got to save 10 laps of fuel.
Maybe it's
when Brennan crosses here, what's the laps?
We will have 21 to go.
21. So this is now a full fuel run. So I guess he did save some. Because he pitted with 26 to go.
Yeah. Yeah, Brennan does take the lead now. It looks like Jason going into fuel save mode.
And Brennan has a lap more fuel, too.
I think we're still waiting on the ruling because, as we said, the 92 and 99 were the only 2 drivers to not exit pit road on the access lane.
Yeah. Hate to be that way, but it's clearly stated in pre-race. Just to avoid any issues going to turn 1.
Which, if the vote does go the way it might, the 99 and 92 will be forced to do a stop and go pit stop here, and that would end Jason's chance to win a championship, unfortunately. Brent has stretched lead. Jason, as he's in fuel save mode, being caught by the 92 of Jocko. Jocko is in the same situation as the 99. Now, one thing that we're talking about here is with the team is a time penalty, just a nice 5-second time penalty, because that would equal the amount of time that he did gain from going off, about 2 seconds. So we'll see what goes on here with Jason in fuel save mode. So we'll see what happens. It's Jason now back to 4th. Caleb Plant now pouncing. He's in 5th, looking to pass Jason. as what it might be, the reason Jason might be saving is you see Coach Matt. Now back, he's now in 6th position. He's way back here. Maybe he's also trying to save the fuel.
Yeah, 2-second time penalty might be... It's just kind of hard to attack because we don't want to ruin someone's championship chances, but they also didn't follow the rules like everybody else did.
Yeah, I do like a 2-second, 3-second time penalty. That is, right now, we are still discussing it, as once again, the broadcasters are also the committee, the admins, so...
Well, 2 of the 3.
Oh, yes, 2 of the 3, so trying to discuss what's the most fair, what would make the most sense, what's the most logical, everything's going into account, so we do have championship implications right now on the line, but one thing that I'm confused about is Coach Matt actually trying to save? Or is he just that far back? Because Jason, who is in full save mode, I don't think he can save the gas.
It's going to be tight because he must have saved some fuel in the first run. He had to have, but he is in major fuel save mode right now. And the 19 has completely checked out. I mean, the 19's got nothing to lose. I mean, he's not the champ 4, so he can do something different than everybody else is doing.
Right.
It looks like the only people that are actually saving are the 99 and maybe the 9.
Well, the 9 is staying even with the 13 and 54. So
yeah, I don't know if he's saved enough now. Like maybe he's done the calculation and.
One thing Jason might be doing, and maybe he is saving enough gas to where he can take half a can on this last stop. That could be what he is doing also. Maybe a can, half a can, so his pit stop is the least amount of time possible. Which, I mean, if you think about it that way, how much time he's lost compared to where he was at would not amount to how much time he'd save for doing half a can. So,
if it is half can, I think it's about a 3.3 second stop or so. And then if he does right sides, it'll be 8 seconds.
Yeah. A can pit stop was only about 5 seconds, so that'd be a 2-second saving from there. I mean, Coach Matt's catching Jason. This is very interesting to see what's going on here.
The 13 is pushing the 99, which is very smart because...
Yep, those 2 are teammates.
Yep. But, I mean, he's still burning the fuel with the RPMs, so, I mean, I don't think pushing is going to do anything. I really don't know.
As we just hit 11 laps to go. Brennan right now, wow, okay, so Brennan is good on gas. I didn't even realize fuel was like this. We've been actually wrong this entire time. So I think what everybody was trying to do was just cut it in half, one stop. That's what everybody was trying to do. You were actually right to begin with about fuel. I was wrong. So apologize for going over everything. So Brennan right now is half a lap. It's about a quarter of a lap short on gas, your leader, Brennan. Remember, he pit a lap longer than Jason.
A lap later.
So Coach Matt, nobody is saving around. Nobody should have to pit for the rest of this race. Coach Matt, he went the longest. Coach Matt's good. The reason Jason is saving is because he don't have enough gas. So this is actually the battle for the championship right here. Is Jason, who went a lap longer, and because he is so fast, burns more fuel than anybody else in the field, and that's why he's back to P4.
Huh. Well, looks like Jason's kind of turned it up a little bit because he's pulled away from the 13. So I think he's got enough now. And if the 2-second penalty, I mean...
Yeah, that is actually the vote.
I think a time penalty is going to be the best way to take it because stop and go is like a minute. I mean, it's a whole lap, so I think that's too harsh.
Yeah, and that we did just confirm that is the vote. So an added 2-second time penalty has been given to the 99 of Jason and the 92 of Jocko for not following pit exit procedure.
That's the most fair we can make it.
We'll see how this plays out. The 92 of Jocko right now rides P2. As I said, he is been given a 2-second time penalty. 99 of Jason has also been given a 2-second time penalty. Unfortunately, with our tracker and everything works, we will not know this until the race ends on who the champion is and if 2 seconds is confirmed. But I can tell you right now, that is not 2 seconds separating the 99 and the 9. The 9 of Coach Matt has caught.
Yeah, he's
almost caught these guys. And apparently we also have a lag out here for the 51 of Easy E. He has also disconnected. So 3 disconnects on the night and not a very good record here. But one thing I can tell you as well what just happened, 7 laps to go. Brennan
anyone catching that 19 car?
He was in fuel save mode.
His first win of this would it be his first win ever? Or that'd be his first win of the season?
It'll be his first win ever at VRL.
And what a crazy championship night. Two lag outs.
The two favorites disconnected.
Time penalties.
Right. And we'll see what happens here, because who knows if the 99 is able to pull away enough to the 9 car, as we now have, I believe, 5 laps to go is all we have left. And Koala is catching Brendan. We could have a battle to the lead here with 2 non-playoff guys as we go back here. The 54, that's not 2 seconds. That is not 2 seconds right there between the 99 and 9.
It's about half second, 6/10. It's not much.
This is going to get wild. 4 laps to go now. Brennan is in potential to run out of gas, as maybe most of the drivers in the field are. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
A little bit, I think.
It's going to be interesting.
No.
The 99, I think, 4 to go. The 19 is also in a tough spot. Right front's very low, so this could be Koala's race, as the car behind him has a 2-second time penalty.
92 just pit.
92 of Jocko?
Did he pit?
Yep, down pit road to 92. That's going to get wild. That is not 2 seconds.
No. No. He's in his bumper now.
Coach Matt could come away with the championship here after 2 lag outs.
He doesn't run out of fuel.
Right. I mean, he needs to keep a 2-second gap. Jason needs to gun it, though. He needs to go as hard as he can. So I believe we're now coming to... Double check this real quick.
There's 2 to go?
We're coming to 2 to go. I believe we now have 2 laps to go. But one thing, Brandon is now half a lap short on gas. The 19 of Brandon, half a lap short. This is going to be fun. It might be one of the best finishes out all season. Brandon leads. His first win in his VRL career could be happening here tonight. As we look behind him, I believe the 9 got around the 13. And he did. The 9 got around the 13 of Caleb Hunt.
I think the 99's pushing as hard as he can push right now, because I don't think he has the fuel.
1 to go. Brought to you by Speedway Collective. The 19 of Brennan, half a lap short on gas. Can he stretch it for more than the 54 Koala? The 2 behind him, Jason, right now your leader for the championship, but has a 2-second time penalty. And Coach Matt is for sure closer than 2 seconds. Off of turn 2, into turn 3. Brennan, he has the lead. Will he be short? I think he's out. The 19 is sputtering in middle of 3 and 4.
Oh my gosh, no.
That's not the 54 is also sputtering.
Is out too.
The 99 is also out. Here comes Coach Matt.
Goodness.
Brennan will win. Koala's second, and Coach Matt will take the Speedway Collective National Series Championship by finishing 3rd. Kilt Like Jason, unfortunately, will finish 4th. Caleb Hunt, 5th. Wow.
Wow, what a race. Well, the time penalty doesn't matter anymore. It wouldn't make a difference.
The time penalty for Jason will unfortunately put him back to 6th behind. That's behind Cyber K Bionic.
Wow, what a finish. The 19 and the 54 both run out.
So, Brennan, fantastic. I mean, you had to push it, though. You just had to push it.
Oh, yeah, you had to push it. I mean, oh.
So, we will hear from Jason, Matt, and Brennan. Unfortunately for Koala, we'll have to, we got to talk to our championship drivers, but unfortunately, that is how this Speedway Collective National Series ends in an exciting finish. Brennan, his first win of the season, his first win of his VRL career in strategy play. Great job by him. He wins. Koala will finish 2nd. Almost got his first win of the season. Coach Matt, no disrespect, Coach Matt, but the 4th best of the 4 championship cars, and he gets it done with a P3 finish. Fantastic job by Coach Matt, though, playing that strategy right. He went the longest out of anybody to start for that first run. And this is your champion, the number 9, who dominated the first half of the season. And unfortunately, it came into a little bit of a slump. He got a little slow when KD started getting hot, and that Here to Win Esports team, as he drives around the track.
What a night. What a night.
A very fantastic finish. I mean, we'll get
You
those
can't ask
3 in
much
here.
more than that. Drama, controversy. You had everything tonight. First time winners.
I mean, you just can't. We'll get 4 interviews here. We got to let quality his interview. I mean,
yeah, we'll do 4. It's the last night of the season.
All right, so we'll go for a blue screen. We'll take a quick break here, everybody. First off, fast lap 31.608 by Kill Like Jason. Fantastic job. And once again, we'll take a quick break here. If my PlayStation doesn't freeze, okay. Quick break here. We'll get everybody stopped. We'll get everybody in the party. This is the Valor Racing on YouTube, and you just watched the Double G Construction 150 at Homestead. And we are back here on the Valor Racing League YouTube channel. We will start tonight by our non-playoff drivers and our 2 that made that such an exciting finish. We'll start with the 54 of Koala. First off, drivers, and make sure audios are set to allow, please, before we start here. Make sure pro audios are set to allow. And once they are, we'll start with Koala. All right, you got a copy? We good to go? All right, Koala, driver number 54, Toyota Supra. Fantastic playoff drive. He will finish second tonight, unfortunately, with a great run and a fantastic finish. Walk us through your race, Koala. And you mentioned the whole team. I want to say this is Diesel Esports' first win of the National Series season, and it comes in a 1-2 finish. So I'm sure y'all are very happy with that. But overall, for you, Koala, you missed the first race. You were actually in the booth with me for the first race of the Auto Club, and you joined in. Like I said, you joined in late and came through and had a fantastic season. Had a great playoff push, barely missing the round of 4, and coming home second tonight. So, how's overall? What are your thoughts on your overall season this year?
Like I said the other day, I told Brandon, I never thought I would make it this far. When I first started, I didn't think I was going to be, up here racing with such great guys. And we got KD, I got Coach Matt, Cyber. I mean, there's a bunch of drivers that race in good. Kelly Lake Racing, awesome drivers that race racing. I never thought I'd be racing with them because at first I was mired about 10th through 15th, and to see my progression and to see especially after I think when you started saying I couldn't hold a line at Daytona, I think that really like told me all right, let's fix this. And ever since then, I've been trying my best. So I appreciate all those guys pushing me, and especially Brendan and BJ for pushing me as well. And look forward to seeing those in the future.
Just so everyone's clear, after the Daytona race, everybody was asked the Adamants to give them some feedback. And that was my feedback. That was my feedback to Koala for everybody. I didn't just straight up go, Koala, you can't hold one. No. But yeah, it's been great to see you progress soon. You've had a fantastic season. Rookie season, might I add. And so overall, very proud of you, very proud of your season. Hopefully you're proud of your second place finish overall.
I am very proud. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate Speedway for Records. Appreciate C-Show and appreciate Reaper for putting me on. Thank you guys and keep doing what you guys do.
Do you have any questions for our second place finisher?
Nah, he pretty much covered it. I mean, he had the little issue at Daytona, but other than that, or was it Daytona or Talladega? Was it Daytona? Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, Charlotte, you had a hell of a car. I mean, if you could just come back next season with the same momentum you ended this season, I think you'd be just fine.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Koala, for your time in the booth. 54 of Koala, ending a fantastic rookie season. It was a P2 finish at Homestead. Next up, it's what everybody's been wanting to hear for ever since the beginning of the season, I'd say. They're 19 of Brennan finally getting his first VRL Speedway Collective National Series W here at Homestead. Brennan, do you have a copy?
I do have a copy.
Brennan, fantastic drive by you. We saw on lap 3, you got the apron, hit the inside wall, sent you back. You drove way back up to the top 10. Then in stage 2, a little contact with your teammate put you back to 7th. Then you drove back up and you win the race in fantastic fashion. Walk us through your race.
Man, at the start, I kind of just messed up. It wasn't the apron. It was I set it up a little bit looser than I expected, and I just put it down to the inside wall. Because if I turned right a little bit, the way I had the track bars, everyone would be dead. But after that, we made our way up. Then we got the stage, and then made my way back up to, I don't know, like 3rd or 2nd or something. Then Koala got a little loose. That's fine. That's racing. Still got 5th. And then the final stage, Katie and Bird lagged out, which I feel really bad about. You don't really want a championship decided for people lagging out, but that's just how it goes, unfortunately. But, we made our way up to 2nd. We were catching Jason before the pit stop, and then he pit a little bit earlier than expected. And he wasn't going to make it, so he had to save. I had to save a little bit, actually. I was sputtering to the line, so was Koala. And it feels so good, man. I just want to thank Speedway Collective, Double G Construction and Roofing, my teammates, the owners, everything. This is awesome, man. Thank you. Thank God.
Yeah, and I mentioned before about you been waiting all season. I will say for everybody watching at home, we have not, even in the Cup Series, we have not seen one of our chats light up after a driver winning, after how Brand just won and him winning. Everybody in the chat, Cup Series drivers, team owners, everybody, congratulate the number 19. So it's awesome to see you get into victory lane. And I asked Cyber the same question back at Richmond. This is your first ever VRL win in any series. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels so good. It feels good. It's just I don't know. I don't know what the situation is with Cup and Xfinity, if I'm being put to Cup or Xfinity, but wherever it is, wherever I go, I plan to give it 110%, and I plan to win.
Plan to win. That is the motto for Brennan next season, and even for tomorrow night, maybe, as you are in the Pocono Raceway Cup Series race tomorrow night. So, can't wait to see you there. And first off, actually, before we get it there, D, do you have any questions for our race winner?
No, not a question, but I mean, other than the fact that, congrats on winning and everything, I also want to appreciate, thank you for everything you do for the league. You helped me out with Xfinity points and everything, so overall, great guy. No one can hate on you. You do great on the track, off the track, and overall, great way to end the season. Hopefully you can start the next season just as good.
Thank you. Oh, and also, congrats to Coach Matt. That's really cool. Especially with me, Koala, Matt, us three, I feel like have been the cleanest all season. So it felt good for all of us to get top 3.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing D did mention, Brennan is kind of the how do we have a title for it? I guess you said the Xfinity Series manager, if you will. He sets up the lobbies. He kind of helps out with points, helps out even with Cup Series roll calls and all that. So Brennan has a lot here at VRL, and we always want to thank you, Brennan, for what you do. We probably don't say thank you enough, but you do a lot for the league and for everybody here. So we do appreciate that as always.
Thank you.
You see the hype in the chat here. But Brennan, thank you for your time. Obviously, the race winner is a big deal, but the championship winner is what the night focused on, unfortunately. Sorry, Brennan. But with that, Coach Matt claims the championship, gets it done in the Renai machine with a great strategy play for Stage 3, set out the longest than anybody else, and gets the win. Coach Matt, you got a copy.
I got you guys.
All right, Coach Matt, you get it done. We mentioned when the race ended, the dominator for the first half of the season, and you were just consistent enough for the rest in the playoffs to make your way to the Final Four. And with a great call, staying out longer than anybody, and be able to go full blow for the final stint for Stage 3, we're able to get it done and finish third here tonight to claim your first championship here at the Valor Racing League. Walk us through your race.
Yeah, well, I didn't necessarily have, I wasn't saving fuel, just the way the gearing was set up. The car was running just a little bit lower, so to whereas I didn't have to save, but I noticed real quick that I didn't have the speed to keep up, which I thought that I did. So those adjustments I thought were going to hurt me in the long run. But, I mean, when it came down to it, one lap longer and, I got the championship and the race win. But speaking of the race win, man, before I talk about anything, regarding myself, extremely, extremely proud of Brendan and Koala. Getting that 1-2 finish. For Brendan, it's a long time coming in the first of many, in my opinion. He's a great guy and a great driver. And I like working with him, inside VRL and outside of it. He's just a great guy to be around. Super clean, super fast, super competitive, and just extremely proud of him and everything he's able to do. I felt like I was holding him up there in Stage 3, so I went high and let him go because, he was hungry and you could tell. But him being him, he wasn't trying to get in the way of the championship fight. But I knew better than to hold him up. Just I have a lot of respect for him. And Koala, I think, is one of the guys that's probably improved more than anyone else this season. He's leaps and bounds. He went from being top 10 guy to a top 5 guy, and he's going to be competing for wins next year for sure. So extremely proud of those two and all the work that they've put in and everything they've done for the league, whether it's managing the Xfinity Series or running the booth. He does a great job up in the booth. So just those two guys, just in general. I'm really happy to finish with those guys. Finish third to those guys any day.
For sure, and I mentioned earlier in the broadcast because the championship guys were for majority of the race running 1, 2, 3, 4 until the 5 and 6 lagged out, and then when you two started, looks like the 99 had saved gas, and when you faded back, it was a battle for just whoever could survive. It seemed like whoever had the most fuel, whoever had the best strategy call would get it done. And I don't think in NASCAR it's ever happened, but I guess it did last year with Matt Crafton. But the guy who won the championship did not lead a lap in the finale race, which Nonetheless, you did get the championship though, so congrats to you on that. But do you got any questions for our championship winner?
I technically did a couple laps. I stayed out long enough.
Oh, never mind, never
So
mind. That's
I
right, you
got
did.
that.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
And as far as KD and Burst are lagging out, I mean, I know, with me and Burst personally, we've got into each other more than once throughout the season in both the Cup Series and Xfinity Series. We've talked about that, and we plan on talking some more and trying to iron that out. But and I've already reached out and talked to them. But the competitor in me, it's cool winning the championship, but at the same time, it kind of takes away from it knowing that two guys that you're supposed to be competing against, were taken out of contention with things that weren't in their control. So I was looking forward to running with those guys, and felt like that opportunity was taken away. I mean, I had no idea what the strategy calls would be. I had no idea what kind of cars they were going to have. Like I said, I felt like I was catching Bircher there in the second stage, and his car just disappeared. KD, I thought, got in a wall, and then I passed him, and his car disappeared. And so I was just waiting for somebody to say, hey, we need to restart. I would have been 100% okay with it. Whether it was one stage in, two stage in, just because I feel like, if you're going to have a championship the four guys need to be competing. So I really hate that, they lagged out. Like I said, I know Burst and I had our differences. Like I said, I know how fast he can be, and I have a lot of respect for KD and all the speed he's brought to the league. And, like I said, I look forward to compete with those guys in the future. And like I said, I really hate that they were taken out of contention with stuff that is not in their control.
Right, and I think everybody hates to see that. KD joined late, had a fantastic run throughout the season, one of the best drivers we've seen come through the National Series, and unfortunately has a lag out earlier in the race after leading. And same with Burster running a close second to Jason, and he also has a disconnect. So you really hate to see it, as I think we all say, in joking times, you hate to see it, but you really do. Have all that happen, and see it really come down to two drivers out of the four, when it's been a very hard fight all season between the four drivers who were in there. So I can't disagree with that anymore. But Matt, your first championship in your first season, how do you feel?
Yeah, like I said, it feels great. And you used the word survive earlier, and that's pretty much exactly what happened. I felt like if things kind of went my way earlier in the season, I was probably looking at like 6 or 7 wins, early on. I felt like I really had it down. But just towards the end of the season, there are just a lot of tracks that I just really wasn't strong at. I feel like Phoenix, if I had a couple more laps, I could have got to Jason, and I feel like at Homestead, a couple more laps, I had enough to make it through to the end. But I think just the consistency, helped it a lot. I know Cyber was knocking on the door to making the Final Four, but just missed it, because I had a terrible showing at Talladega, a terrible showing at Charlotte, wasn't able to make Road America. So, I mean, survive is 100% the word I would use. Just like like I said, the second half of the season, I struggled. But, huge shout out to guys like, McLovin and Max Boost and Taddy, my teammates, for helping me out and on both sides, whether it's Cup or Xfinity. Really proud to call those guys teammates. Easy E, Chasing You, Ty of Hazard, some other guys that I've worked with throughout the season, Racer X, who, unfortunately wasn't able to make a majority of the races. And then, guys like, Brennan and Koala, Robbie, I've just having Robbie the past couple races out there. But, yeah, I mean, just a great season all around. And the racing itself, I feel like definitely improved, later on. We had one caution that whole race, and I don't think we had any cautions at Phoenix. So, the racing has improved. Like the whole league's gotten better, gotten cleaner, gotten faster. So, which, is the goal, I think, of the Xfinity Series, is to get a bunch of guys to improve it, So great job by you guys, and, everything that you guys have done for us.
For sure, man. Well, before we close here, D, do you have any questions for our champion of tonight?
No questions, but I mean, congrats. Your first ever season with us here, and you're a champion. So it definitely sucks. Like I'd feel the same way. With half the championship 4 lags out. But I mean, do what you gotta do, and your strategy was great. Had the car wasn't quite quick enough, but the gas worked out, which is all that matters. So you're a champion, and hopefully you can carry that momentum on the next season.
Yeah, I'll plan on it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And that's Coach Matt, driver number 9 Chevy Camaro, claiming his first VRL championship here at the Speedway Collective National Series in just his first season. And with that, D, that closes out a fantastic Speedway Collective National Series season. Overall, how'd you think the race went?
Overall, I mean, you couldn't really ask for much more. I mean, you had controversy, you had drama, you had good close racing, and then it all comes down to strategy and fuel, which sometimes, people hate coming down to fuel because sometimes the fastest car doesn't always win, but racing isn't always about having the fastest car. I mean, sometimes you gotta throw a little strategy in there, you gotta save a little fuel. I mean, so overall, I mean, great racing, can't really complain, and overall the season was good. It came down way closer than I expected it to come down to going into the Final Four, so. I think it was great, and hopefully we can do it next season.
Fantastic finish. So I think there's nothing we could have asked for that was better, unless obviously having the rest of the championship
All four.
right, having those guys in the finish. But we had two guys who were looking for their first win in a very exciting finish to the line. We had a last turn pass between our two championship drivers, and even some where we had to get the rule books out and make some calls. In which we never confirmed the finishing order there for tonight, but with all the time penalties and with everything that went down, as we said, Brennan did win, of course. Qual second, Coach Matt third. Fourth went to Caleb Hunt. Fifth went to Cyber, and with Jason's 2-second time penalty for not exiting the pits correctly, he finished sixth tonight. Seventh went to Joker Smoker. Eighth was MJO. Ninth place was Jocko. His time penalty did not move him a spot because he was a lap down. 10th place, Expert Sniper. 11th place, I believe that was Easy E. He had a disconnect. 12th place was Birdster. 13th, KD. So, championship 4 drivers, you had with the standings, KD will finish 4th, Birdster 3rd, Jason 2nd, and Coach Matt comes home a champion. Well, everybody, we thank you for tuning in for the entire Speedway Collective National Series season. It was a lot of fun commentating with many people, starting out with Koala and me in the booth back at Auto Club, and then transferring between guys like D, like Corey. You go all the way. I think we had Nick coming here. Tyve Hazard was in here for a few races. Rowdy Chris. I mean, all those guys. We appreciate every one of them. And appreciate all you guys for tuning in every night on Mondays. But don't worry, tomorrow night you'll see the Pocono Raceway Cup Series finale at Homestead between Max Boost, Cola Motorsports, Diesel Rothgeb, and Big D. He's running for a championship, so can't wait to see how that race plays out. But I believe until the new game, this is it for us on Monday night. So once again, we thank everybody for tuning in on a weekly basis and watching our National Series and our young guns, if you will, compete every week. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, as I said. This has been Slug Rabbit and Big Destroyer. See you tomorrow night. Have a good one.